Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
The Detroit Lions had another horrible season on defense last year as they gave up a league worst almost 31 points a game. They were the worst against the pass with 265 yards given up a game, and they were 28th against the run with 128 yards given up a game. These numbers were obviously bad. They were really the worst rounded out numbers in the league last year, but this offseason they have definitely done some things that show that they're on their way to improving as they picked up Kyle Vanden Bosh, the old defensive end from the Tennessee Titans. Remember, the head coach of the Lions right now is Jim Schwartz. He was the defensive coordinator with the Titans back when KVB and even Albert Haynesworth had all his success. Speaking of Albert Haynesworth, they go out and get a defensive tackle, obviously I think, which may be the jewel piece of the draft this year in Ndamukong Suh. Look at the success that maybe a guy like Haynesworth had in that defense with Schwartz, and it translates well for Suh. They also picked up defensive tackle Corey Williams. Looks like they're not going to use him as the main starter opposite Suh. They're going to use him more on passing downs, but that's still good, solid depth for their front line right there. And so those are definite improvements for this team that say that they should be much improved against the run this year. They should be much better, I think, probably at getting to the quarterback, creating disruption. They had 26 sacks a year ago. That should definitely improve this year. Where they're still going to be horrible is against the pass. They didn't do really much of anything this offseason to help their passing defense. They did pick up Chris Houston, the cornerback from the Falcons, but remember the Falcons finished 30th against the pass last year, so that's not saying a whole lot. They also, it looks like they may project out to have a rookie third-round pick as their other starting corner this year, so that's not very good because defenses are definitely going to pick on that. Fortunately, it looks like they may go out and get O.J. Atogwe. It looks like he's up for grabs from the St. Louis Rams. Atogwe is actually, I would say, one of the few good, decent defenders that the Rams actually have, and it's amazing to me that they're letting go of talents when they just don't have very much to begin with. So look for the Lions to be improved. I think guys like maybe Adrian Peterson and some of these running backs that are going to face the Lions, these are days that you would expect a big day for fantasy, but they may leave you hanging if this defensive line starts showing, some good signs and is playing productive. They could have some pretty good days there. On the flip side, look for teams to really exploit them in the passing game. So Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Jay Cutler, those are all guys that can throw, and they should just decimate the Lions secondary. So this is where you want to really take advantage of this team. Again, you want to use your running backs there too, because as the games get longer, if they're getting beat up, then they can start wearing out with that running game as the game moves on. But I would definitely expect the passing game to be the area where fantasy owners just go ballistic against this team.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.